How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for checking out the video. As you can see, I'm walking in the dark. Well, it's nighttime, but what's important is that you can hear me, right? And when the street lights pass, you'll be able to see my face. So today I was going to share with you a little bit more into the topics of healing and transformation and challenges, and in relation to that, sort of the topics in regards to, the process of healing and transformation, right? So in a lot of moments in our life, we can have a lot of clarity, right? On goals and things that we are working towards. And we can have like really positive cycles. So those are like really great to, enjoy, be grateful, be present. And then on the other hand, there's the trough, right? When life's dipping a little bit, and having those cycles. And it's important to recognize the difference between the two. So I wanted to focus maybe a little bit more. Well, can talk about both of them, but I want to say, now possibly I'm going through one of the cycles, being the trough, where I'm having to. So it's important we, recognize those cycles and can take calculated action in those, because, there's different purposes for the cycles. Quick metaphor could be like, in summer the trees are doing the most growing. That's when they get the most sun. Or even like spring, it's a phase. It goes through the phases of spring to summer to fall, and then in winter it's a more conservative time. So it's something to think about as well. So for example, in my life right now, I have the opportunity to work on different things than I was previously, and it's just about becoming aware of, sort of these phases. That way we don't look at them in a negative light, or we don't attach negative emotions to them, right? So before I was talking about how I was a little bit upset, or playing victim, at how can I be here and I'm falling back into my old actions. But it's really important to remember to not beat yourself up, that this is something natural, this is something you're going through, and you need to remain neutral about the situation, positive, even if you want, choose your state of being. You can choose to be happy and thankful for everything in your life. And in some phases it's brighter, and in some phases it's darker. It's not about negative or positive in the sense of good or bad, but in plus or minus, if that makes sense. So in my previous videos, I was, just pointing out a lot of problems, right? About, this is why this is bad, this is why that's better. But I'm currently in the process now of becoming aware of those things and transforming that. So I've completely stopped that now. And if there is something that comes up where it's an old pattern trying to relive itself in my life, I just simply do my best to observe it. And I do observe it, right? I mean, sometimes, it's easy to get caught back into those cycles. So it's okay to make those mistakes, if you want to call them that. But they are just lessons for us to, continue to understand and become aware. So it's good to give yourself that grace, so that way you're not calling in negative emotion and energy that is just unnecessary, that's just going to slow down your transformation, right? So it's important to just be patient with yourself, and just when that cycle tries to creep back in, of course, just do your best to observe it, to neutralize it, to realize that what this is, and for it to be something to help your process instead of hinder it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, basically, like in my previous video, I was just pointing out the negative, but now it's important just for me especially, to remember, not to beat myself up, because, we're all doing our best, and if we're in a situation, it doesn't mean it is what it is. We can all transform, we can all grow, we can all learn, and develop the reality that we want. And just be patient with ourselves and implement those new things. So for example, I've been staying up a little later than I should. That's an old habit of mine that I didn't really have before when I was away, but now that I come back, it sort of comes back. And so today, I'm going to make sure that I go to bed before midnight with 30 minutes without my phone. I'm going to do my best to do that and develop that habit from now on. So, yeah, just as an example. Anyway, now this video is a little funny because it's dark, but you can see the moon, and maybe get a little bit of understanding of what the vibe is over here and how I'm dealing with it compared to California, right? But it does not mean that it's a fixed reality, because I am choosing to change it. I am choosing to implement a new reality, where as before, I would play victim here. I would say, look how depressing, right? And now I'm not going to put those walls on myself. I'm going to tell myself and believe, important, that, I am capable of this new reality. And it is all happening now, and it's just going to take time. I'm not going to beat myself up. And so through slowly getting rid of things and implementing new habits, I will reach that state that I have experienced before in other places, but not here, if that makes sense. So that's sort of where I'm at now, and I keep going, and I hope everyone has a good week and can work towards their goals and everything that they seek within and outside. And just remember, one thing I'll say is like a little quote to start the week is, it's not about what it looks like on the outside, it's about what it feels like on the inside. All right, thank you, and Have a great week, everyone, and have some peace until I see you again. Goodbye.